Welcome back everyone to McNeil's Garage. Today we're getting back on a 94 Impala SS. We are finally changing the front springs over QA1 on our old one to regular springs and shocks over here. So I've already got the driver's side done. Well, I already got the spring out of the driver's side, so I'll take over here in a little bit and show you. But yeah, we're going to start doing the passenger side now, so stick around. So if you never messed with springs before, they are very, very dangerous. I mean, they got a lot of pressure on the springs. So we got to take the tire off, take the caliper off, start doing the upper and lower ball joints, taking the nut off, and go ahead and I always just cut the end sway bar end links, because like I said over there, they always break or strip out, so I just end up cutting them, make it so much easier. So I'm gonna do it in hyper speed. Me taking the wheel off and stuff. If I see something pretty interesting, I'll stop and show y'all. All right, so I got my tire off. Now I got to take this caliper off. Now I've got the bolts out. Stick them over here on my little tray. Now usually you got the brake caliper still compressed, and if the brake pads or the rotors has a little hump in them, whatever, you can't get them off. You can sit there and pry. I'm gonna try to do this one-handed. I like using a big old C-clamp. All right, so I got the C-clamp on there. So you see right here, hang on, let me get the light in here. See this, the cylinder on the master cylinder, that's the piston right there. It's still got them tight. So I'll sit here and crank this a little bit and watch the cylinder. See how it's moving the cylinder? So once you get the cylinder to collapse all the way, then you just go ahead and back off the C-clamp, and you should be able to pull it right off. So let me see if I can get this thing out of here. I got some wire right here. I want to hook onto this and pull it up. So let's see how easy it is. Oh yeah, see, now you can just pull it straight off. All right, so I got the caliper wired up out of the way. A lot of people use bungee cords. Well, that's fine too if you can find some. For some reason, they're all gone. I don't know why. So now I'm gonna pull this thing back around here, take off the dust cap, take off the nut, take off the bearings, take off this disc, take off the dust shield. Just be a whole lot easier to get into everything. And then we'll cut the sway bar links. So here we got the rotor. You can see need a new seal on anyway. The dust cover, the 3 bolts I took off for the dust cover. Like I say, I'm far from being organized. When I take something back and I can put the bolts back in the spot, I put the bolts back in the spot. That way when we get ready to put it back on, you know where the bolts are at. All right, well, before I do all that, I'm gonna get this shock undone. And of course, the nut up there on top, it's spinning. So I'm gonna take the bottom 2 off, and then it should drop down a little bit, and I can put a pair of vice grips on the shock itself to hold it, so I can take the top nut out. Let's see how that's going to work out. Well, got the shocks off. Good golly, it was awful. I even rounded the nut off. So I had to go down one size smaller and put the old beater on it, big old sledgehammer, and beat the socket down on top of it. I highly don't recommend you do that, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. So I got the shocks off. Now we're going to cut the length and continue. All right, how to get the cotter pin out of both of them, but you see how much threads I got left. You don't want to go too much. And on the bottom, you see how much we got on the bottom left over? That there. You know, they're finger tight. Well, once they break loose, and they ain't gonna be finger tight no more, then you have to put a wrench back on to get them. So I'm gonna turn this spindle around. I'm gonna hit right here to loosen up the bottom, and then I'm gonna hit right here to loosen up the top, and then we gotta put the jack underneath it so the spring don't come flying out and kill me. Just be careful when you mess with these springs, because I'm telling you, they got a lot of pressure on them, and you don't want to be nowhere around them. You don't want to just let it fly, because it's gonna go out. All right, so I lowered her down a little bit. I got the jack probably about this far from the bottom A-arm. So I'm gonna tap on this to get the bottom one loosened, and I'm gonna tap on that to get the top one loosened, and then I'll take the nuts off, and then lower the jack down, and then probably raise the car up, and hope it don't fling out there. Hopefully we can just grab it in a controlled environment. So, wish me luck. Bunch of dirt and rust coming off of it. Ugh. All right, there's the bottom one. And it'll land on the jack a little bit. So now the top is a little bit easier because you can waylay on it. All right, so there's the top one. Let me get you in here to show you what I'm talking about. See how it's separated right here? And it's separated down here. So now, I'm gonna jack that jack up just a little bit there. Just put a little pressure on it. So now I gotta go in there and take off the bottom nut and the top nut and let the jack down, stand back. Don't be sitting right here where I'm at, because then if it does come out, she'll hurt. So let's see if we can get that out. All right, so we're ready to lower the jack. So I'm gonna lower the jack. I want y'all to sit there and watch it. If it comes out, let me know. Or I might have to jack the whole car up. So here we go. Y'all be careful. And nothing dramatic. So let's raise the car up. See what's going to happen. And nothing. So that means I need to get me a big old bar, stick in there and try to get it loose. So I got this big old bar right here. Now I gotta get over here in front of it. And try to get the sucker loose without getting killed. There we go. I hate these stupid things. Oh! Let's back you up right here. Well, what in the tarnation? And the other time I'd want to jump right out of there. But since y'all's watching, I don't want to jump nowhere. It wants to come out, does it? Come on now, get out of there. Come on now, get out of there. If I wasn't such a scaredy cat, I'd reach in there and grab it. Well, it won't do no good. It's still got a lot of pressure on it. Let's get that jack all the way up. Alright, I'm getting aggravated now. There we go. Ah. Sorry about that. So there's a spring. So, ooh-wee. So now I just gotta go over and get the, take the other ones off of our old Impala. Yeehaw. Which those are gonna be a whole lot easier. Yeah, right. But, we're probably gonna get new bearings. Lower and upper control, lower upper control bearings. New sway bar end links, might as well. We're in there, just get it done. But yep, that's what we're gonna do today. I got a doctor's appointment later on this evening, so just be careful. Y'all mess with these springs. This one here didn't pop out, but I've seen them fly out of there and put a big old dent in the vehicle sitting beside of it. So be careful. All right, we'll be back probably tomorrow or later on this evening. And I'll start taking the other ones off of the old Impala. All right, welcome back. As y'all can tell, it's a different day. It's the next day. And so last night, I came in, got the shock and stuff off the passenger side. So today we're gonna go do this driver's side. Basically the same way we did the other one. So I ain't gonna bore y'all with all the videos. if I see something, I might stop, but it's basically the same thing. I'm not gonna take the whole spindle off. I'm just gonna take the top ball joint off, let it float out of the way. Then I can take the Q&A 1 shock and coil spring off of it. So, yep, I see some of y'all was worried about my doctor's appointment yesterday, so let me tell you. They went in and poked and prodded and everything else. And when I left, they told me I was a healthy fat man. So I was kind of happy about it, but then I started thinking, well, I'm still fat. But then I said, well, I'm healthy. Is it better being fat and healthy than skinny and unhealthy? I don't know. But they said I'm a healthy fat man, so be it. I'm a healthy fat man. So I'm going to tackle this side here and try to get this thing done. G&W Auto Parts, our locally owned Napa store here in town. They're supposed to be delivering some ball joints and bearings and everything for that over there. So hopefully when we get this done here, they might be here. If not, then I'm gonna go over there and wire brush a bunch of that stuff, and as everybody's saying now, refurbish it. I'm just gonna wire brush and clean up a little bit and repaint it. So, all right, I'll bring y'all along for a little bit of it. But like I said, basically the same thing we did over there yesterday. So, all right, let's see what happens. Welcome back, everyone. Today, this was the next day. Yesterday, I got started on putting the ball joints in. I got phone calls. I had to go meet people and do this and that and the other. So this is Thursday. So I finally got all the ball joints in. I got one side completely done. You'll see, I already got the rotor back on it, got the bearings in it, got the caliper back on it. Here is the new upper ball joints. There's a new lower ball joints. Let me see if I can get y'all in here. Yeah, I can't really see real good. And the new sway bar links. I got the green bushings. I'm not really thrilled with the green bushings, but don't be judging my garage because it's a mess. I got the QA1 shocks on it. The springs. I know this much. I like to be able to get some tubular A-arms on it, but not right now. Shoot, I can't afford it right now. I'll have to wait till I can afford it because you just can't get down there to adjust everything. Never get the tire on it. And I got this thing jacked up some, and I'm sure Tabby is going to want it lowered a little bit more, but I figured I went up a little bit more than it was in there before. I know it's dark, my light went out of my drop light, but let me show you all this. Went to Napa. Napa delivered all the parts yesterday. Here's the outer bearing, BR3, the inner bearing, BR6VP, and these are the upper and lower ball joints from Napa. I get all my stuff from our locally owned Napa store here in Gallipolis, G&W Auto Parts of Gallipolis, Ohio. And these are the end links for the sway bar. And this is the seal I'm using, SKF. I like those. So I've got this rotor here left. I already got it ready. Got the bearings in it. Got seal on it. Once I stick it on there, I'll spray some brake clean on it and clean up the rotors. But I just want to jump up here and show y'all. I haven't tightened up the end links yet. I'm gonna wait till it gets on the ground before I tighten those up. That way it settles. The yeah, QA1. I love QA1s. We put them on this, and I put them on Old Blue. Man, it just makes the ride quality so much better. So if you haven't got QA1 shocks, coilovers, whatever you want to call them, I highly recommend them. But I would recommend also the I do believe that they offer the upper and lower control arms too. I mean, that way you can get in there a whole lot better and easier, and you can, I'd say the ride quality would be a whole lot better. But yeah, one of these days when I save up my pennies, $100 bills, I'll be able to get some lower and upper A-arms for it. So, all right, I'm gonna continue on this side over here, try to get this thing knocked out, get the tires back on it, get it back on the ground. I found out yesterday, late yesterday evening, my torque converter's done. It's shipping back up here, so it should be here tomorrow. So I can get back on that and get everything, all the running gears put in and have all that done and ready for electric. So I'll be back here in a second. Well, we got it. I got it back down on the ground. I don't got the lift all the way, I don't got the car completely on the ground, but it's there. So once we get the radiator, everything on the front of it, and get all the weight on the ground, I'll go back and tighten up the sway bar end links. That way it's at ride height, and hopefully Tabby will like how high it is. It was just so low before that it was scraping the headers all the time going down the road. So, and I still gotta get over there. I'm gonna put the old springs back in that one over there. That way I can shove it out there. And I might steal a couple more things off of it before it's all said and done, but that's it. So it wasn't that bad. It just, you can get that done in a day if that's the only thing you're doing, but I've been running the last couple of days, so it'll be all right. So there it is. Do not do what I do. This is not a illustration on how to do it, because I'm sure other people has better ways to do it, and I'm sure there's better ways to do it. I just do it the way that I know how. It probably ain't correct, but that's what I do. So, all right, well, like I said, the torque converter's on its way back, and we'll be putting that in hopefully next week. And then I can start getting all the accessories on it. Tabby ordered a new radiator for it, so we'll put the new radiator on it, get all the accessories on it, get the fluid in it, get all electrical hooked up to it, and I'll take y'all along for the ride and we get ready to go when we get ready to test drive it. So if y'all like this video, please subscribe, like, comment. If y'all do it a different way than I do it, it don't matter. I'm sure a lot of people does it different than I do it, but that's just how I do it. So like I said, like and subscribe, comment, share, get everything out there. And Sean McNeil's Garage saying see y'all later, and thanks for watching.